Okay, so we're still going to be looking at compound inequalities today, which is good news. Okay, which means we're still going to have two inequalities at the same time. The difference is that today our compound inequalities are going to be attached with the word and. Okay? So now you are going to the store with money and you need to buy a shirt and a pair of pants. How many things are you purchasing? Two. Okay, so what might we use as a definition to describe what and means? Yesterday we said or was we had a choice and we were picking one. Right, so today we have a choice and we are picking two. Right, so when we are talking about compound and, we need both of them to be happening. Right, if you're supposed to buy a shirt and a pair of pants and you come home with a shirt, that's not good enough. Okay, we need both of them to be happening. Now, sometimes we're lucky, and sometimes compound and is simple like compound or, and everything's divided up and it's just two separate inequalities. Okay, so sometimes we will see something like x is greater than 4 and x is less than or equal to 7. Okay, so we have two inequalities. They're attached with the word and. And we're going to start with the exact same process we started with yesterday. So we're going to create a number line. How many numbers are we going to put on our number line? 2. Okay, and then we're going to start by graphing above the number line. Open or filled in circle at 4. Open. To the right or to the left?
Right.
Open or filled in at 7. Filled in. To the left. Oh, I picked Christmas colors.
Oh, I can't wait for Christmas.
Neither. I love Christmas.
On Tuesday, that means 14 more Tuesdays till Christmas. This Tuesday will be 13 more Tuesdays.
Okay, so now when we're looking at this, we need to pick where they are both happening. Okay, so yesterday if we saw a graph like this, right, we ended up with a solid line and we said all real numbers. Okay, but now we're only picking where they both happen. So we are going to interpret that stuff up above differently based on what word we see here. Okay, so just like before, right, where it's falling down and touching the ground, how many times does it get touched over here? Once. How many times here? Twice. How many times here? Once. So where are they both happening? In the middle. So that is what is getting copied down onto our number line. Okay, you have to keep the open and filled in circle because right here they're not both happening. So it's still an open circle. Okay, here they are both happening. So it's a solid circle. Okay.
So are we basically doing the opposite of the or?
Kind of. But and throws in a little extra hiccup. Okay, and when we are talking about and, would we agree that if we were just to look at this number line, it would make sense to say that x is in between 4 and 7, right? Including 7, not including 4, but it's in between. So that allows us to write compound and inequalities a little bit different. Okay, and instead of writing them with two separate inequalities and writing the word and in between, we can sort of squish them in one big chunk and say, okay, x is in between -3 and 8. And this is the piece usually where students are like, huh?
Yeah, you lost me there.
Okay, it's okay, just, if we look at this, right, it actually looks like x is in between -3 and 8, correct?
Wait, are those just two different numbers from the last equation? Like
No, this is just a new problem.
Okay.
I'm just showing you a new problem. Okay, this is another way to write a compound and inequality.
Just.
It's squished together. Okay, so if we see the word or, we know it's an or compound inequality. If we see the word and, we know it's an and compound inequality. If we see it written together with no word, it is an and compound inequality. Okay, now, most of my students don't really prefer to look at it this way. It's not that you can't, okay? It's not a preference. So I want to show you what's really happening here. This side is the easy one to see. You see that inequality there? X is less than 8. That's the easy one to see. Okay, I'm going until I get past that first inequality symbol, and I'm writing down the inequality that I read on the right-hand side of this. Okay. My other one is then when I go from the right-hand side to the left, I'm going here, right? X is in the first one and in the second one. And so I have -3 is less than or equal to x.
And flip the sign.
Now, if I want to graph this, can I graph with my variable second?
No.
No. So what do I need to do?
Flip the sign.
Rewrite it with my variable first, and that's a reason to flip the sign. So I just turned that from like one squished together thing into two separate ones. Okay, so what two numbers are going on my number line?
-3 and 8.
-3 and 8. Open or filled in circle at -3. To the right or to the left?
I just want to like graph it on the Y from the get-go. I've erased so many times.
Open or filled in circle at 8? Open. To the right or to the left?
So then you just.
That's a bummer. I left my water somewhere today.
Do you bring a water and a Coke every day?
Well, I just had my water cup and I went down and I filled it up this morning, but I don't know where I left it.
Did you walk down there, fill it up, and leave it down there?
I left it somewhere. I walked this morning.
Today?
Hmm?
Is there any meeting going
No. It's in a photocopy room somewhere. Oh well, we'll have to go look for that.
Do you know it's down here?
Maybe someone will find it. It doesn't have my name on it, so I have no idea who it belongs to. It's okay. It's kind of sad. So where do we have both of them?
In the middle.
In the middle, right? This is and, so we want both of them. So what's getting copied down onto our number line? The middle, the in-between stuff.
Are the numbers always gonna like be facing each other? Like, so it's in the middle?
It was the next thing I was doing anyways.
I feel like Braden's like always one step ahead of you.
Wait,
In
what
everything
if it's like,
you do.
What if it's like the opposite then? Like,
Let's see.
That's the,
Like what if one's going like
yeah, what if
Let's
it's
see.
going this way?
Let's see.
it's doing it right
Please stop.
Let's see.
now. Oh wait, no, it's not, never mind.
So that's going over here on my left.
Oh, so.
Okay, so opener fills in at 0. To the right or to the left. Opener fills in at 6. To the right or to the left.
Right.
Is this one of those power plants?
I just.
Where do we see both of them?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
So they don't connect.
Okay, then why do we both got it right?
Math is so weird.
How is this weird? You're getting the answers before I tell you, which means it like makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
No, we're
It's
just
strange.
guessing.
No, you're not.
It's like, why would it be no solution? I'm confused.
Because and means we're getting both of them,
Oh, yeah.
And you're not getting
right? And you're never getting both of them, so this doesn't ever work. There's no number that's going to be greater than or equal to 6 and less than 0.
Oh, that makes more sense. So there's only like a few situations where it can be an and.
I mean, there's more than a few,
Well, yeah, but like.
but they have to be like something happening in between.
Yeah.
Or what about this?
Oh, we're a greater number.
Are we gonna have any more? I don't even know what I'm saying. Never mind. Wait, no. Do we have to like solve any to get?
Oh,
to
yeah.
the-
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Is it just the same point?
Nope.
Oh my
There's a different way to solve them.
We'll talk about it.
That's great.
Opener fills in at -4. To the right or to the left? Opener fills in at 2. To the right or to the left?
So wouldn't it just have to be anything that's greater than 2?
Right, so where do we see both of them?
2.5.
Am I bringing down an open circle or a filled in circle? Why open?
Because it's right in front of her on top of it, next to it.
But why?
Because that's the.
Because
Because
that's
it's
the
not
only
2,
one
it's
that
anything
touches
greater.
2.
It's not.
Do these both include 2?
No.
No, right? If they both don't include 2, it's not a possible answer. And means both. Is 2 a solution that's greater than or equal to -4? Yes. Is 2 a solution that's greater than 2? No. So we cannot count it because 2 does not meet both. Right? That's what this represents right here.
I have a question.
Yep.
What if on the -4, that's open, and then the -2 is closed?
Then you would use a closed circle because then they would both include 2. Yes.
When you're graphing your line, do you have to have the arrows at the ends of them? Because you're basically saying it continues.
Yes, that it goes on for forever. Yes. I'm just thinking the majority of the time I will provide you a graph and I'm just using like whatever I can pull off of my computer. So like whatever it is, just put it on the number line.
And you also said that you'll only grade things on the line. So
Yes.
Would we get points off for this though if we didn't put anything above the line?
No. Okay, so you can decide what you have up here. What I will grade is what is on the number line.